What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video on this monster I just built. You can see she's not actually max leveled yet, she's only at level 36, but that's pretty close, and her skill ups are pretty close essentially to 0. She's just got these 2 in the first skill. Of course she's awakened, you could already see that, and her runes right now, Fatal Focus, these are leftover runes, I just put them on, and it's got slot 1 with attack, slot 3, crit rate, slot 5, and attack. So ideally I was probably wanting to get speed, crit damage, attack, or at least attack, crit damage, attack, but I ended up going with crit rate slot 4, and attack or speed slot 2 is what I was looking for, and I ended up going with the attack. I'll let you guys see these stats again. So against water monsters, she's got max crit rate, pretty much no crit damage. The attack is okay. It's about 2,000, a little over 2,000. Speed's bad. Accuracy is much more than I need, but I actually wanted the accuracy because I'll go into her kit now, and once it's max skill, that's going to be better. But I'm still experimenting with it. She's got the 50% chance to land defense break, but it does go up to 100% once you max skill it. Second skill is pretty trash. I don't really care for it. It would be nice against single targets in Guild Wars, but in Giants, there's 2, it attacks randomly, so I don't think it's really that useful in Giants. And then the third skill does a defense break and a stun with a 100% chance, and it goes down to a 3-turn cooldown when you max it. But so basically, she has 2 defense break skills that both have a 100% chance to activate, so as long as she's not using her second skill, she should be able to at least try to land the defense break, which is kind of what I'm looking for, because I've realized that I don't like Giants B10 teams where Galleon is your only defense breaker, because you guys have used Galleon before, or at least most of you guys have, and he's really unreliable with his defense breaks. Well, I shouldn't say unreliable. It's a 100% chance as long as he doesn't use his second skill. But a lot of times when he doesn't land the defense break, because you always have at least a 15% chance to get resisted, then your runs can get trashed really quick. So I'm thinking that with the addition of Prilea in my team, it should be more consistent, although admittedly slower, because her base attack is so bad. I realize my guy's not max level yet, so it'll get a little higher, but 4 levels left to go, and it's not even broken 700 attack yet. So her attack is bad. Of course, I'll get, 20% more damage on this skill, 30% more on this, and 40% more on this once I can actually max skill it. So of course those are going to be helpful, but I don't actually have those in this video. So with that being said, I'll show you guys the team that I've been messing around with, and it's been working okay. The average runtime is just about at a minute flat, which is not the fastest team. My fastest teams that are really successful are probably around 50 seconds more or less, but this one is probably a little bit more successful, and it's kind of fun to just mess around with some new monsters and just see something new on your screen every once in a while. Of course, once I get this girl max skilled, it should be a lot better because I get more damage, more defense breaks, and the third skill has a better multiplier than the first skill, so I'll be able to use the third skill more often, get more damage off with that. And then the second skill, ideally I actually won't max it. I'll just get it I'll get everything but the cooldown reduction, but odds are it's going to end up getting maxed. That's just the luck of the draw, and if it does get maxed, it's really not a big deal. So yeah, that's basically that. You can see this team right here. It's a standard team, right? Lucian, Hua, Sig, Galleon are in 90% of people's Giants B10 speed teams. And then the 5th monster is stuff like Bernard, Tark, whatever. People get Lins, use Lin, whatever. I'm still waiting on my first Lin. I really want it, but I haven't gotten it yet. But so there's the run. You can see, as you'd expect, there's not really any troubles with this team clearing. A minute 14, so it's actually a little bit slower than I was thinking it would be. And I'll play another run because I've got more to talk about in this. So the reason I built Prilea was not because I was like, oh, she's going to be super useful in Giants B10. I have an Ardella, and Ardella's first skill will do the defense break on water monsters, because for those of you that don't know, the magical archers, they do different debuffs depending on whether they have element advantage, neutral, or disadvantage. But when they have element advantage, they're going to defense break. Ardella's wind, she'll defense break the boss, and the second skill hits really hard. So Ardella's nice, but the reason that I built this is because every year Hyper and I do this challenge where, or not this challenge, but this kind of like ritual thing. I don't know what you would call it. It's like a tradition where once on our like more or less our 1 year anniversary of having the game, we always are in Texas for a family event. And so we always do a summoning session, and then out of the monsters we summon, we do a random number generator to see which one of them we have to 6-star, max level, max skill, put runes on, all that stuff. And so for those of you that have been following the channel for a while, which is probably not too many of you, this is the 3rd year we've done this challenge, and the 3rd year we've posted it on YouTube actually, which means we've been on YouTube. Well, it doesn't mean we've been on YouTube for 3 years because but we have been on YouTube for like 3 years actually. It does mean we've been on YouTube for like 3 years. That's just kind of crazy to think about actually. But anyways, we've done this challenge before. The first time we did it, I got Feo, the fire serpent. I have a video of that on my channel. Second year, I got Tractor, water Frankenstein, video of that on my channel. And now we've got Prilea, or however you pronounce it, I don't really care, Wind Harpy. And so now this is going on the channel. I'm actually going to be trying around in Guild Wars once I max skill her though. I'm not going to mess around with this no skill ups Prilea. But it works fine in Giants. I don't have to pop an XP booster if I feel like grinding a bunch of Giants to level her up. But it levels up 1,000 at a time. And these last levels take almost 100,000 XP each. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and use a double XP booster just to finish her off really quick, because that actually sounds like a pretty good idea. But yeah, the reason I built her was not because I thought she was going to be some innovative Giants B10 monster like the title and or thumbnail probably is going to suggest. I haven't made them yet, but I'm probably going to do something to to make people want to watch a video with the Wind Harpy in it in Giants B10. And this team's working fine, you can see. It hasn't even come close to losing yet. Of course, as soon as a defense break doesn't land, it's all going to go wrong, but it goes wrong. The defense break lands a lot more often when you have 2 defense breakers instead of the 1. Also, I have the accuracy on this. Like I was talking about Ardella before. My Ardella doesn't have accuracy, and I don't want to ruin her with accuracy because I don't want to waste her damage, because I actually use her in some Guild Wars, even though she's really squishy. But with a Bernard, Galleon, Ardella team, that Ardella can do a pretty crazy amount of damage given how fast she is, because her second skill scales off speed. So it is nice to have her fast, so I can build her fast and she'll have speed and she can one-shot things pretty solidly. I want to say it's about a 40k nuke with attack buff, defense break, speed buff, which is what you get with a Bernard, Galleon, Ardella team, and you get the speed leader, which is nice. That's just a good Guild War team. It's gone out of meta. Everyone used to use that team, not with Ardella, but with Teor or Lagmaron, and I realize it's going out of meta because now Will Runes counter that team pretty dang well, but that team still does work against a lot of people down in my level, which would be C1 to G1 guild battles, right? So yeah, I probably am going to be making some videos on her in guild battles in the future, or at least just showing her on some teams in the future. I'll quickly show you guys my runes. I showed you Galleon. I'm just going to show you the stats. Sig, if you guys wanted to see it, pretty decent runes, and it is on Violent. Who else in the team? This Hua, you can see the skills, and it's not on Violent. And then where is Lucian? I used one of these 2 Lucians. They're similar. This Lucian, because it does more damage. I hope I used him at least. And he's not on Violent either. And then finally, where is Prilea? You guys saw her earlier. I'll keep you updated if I actually think that, well, never mind. I'm sure you guys can realize with the skill, she's actually going to be significantly better. She'll get the defense breaks more. This will be reusable more often. It'll be pretty good. And in terms of do I actually recommend you guys building her for your Giants B10 team, mixed basket. If you guys really just want to go hard on Giants B10, don't waste your time with her. If you want to have some fun and use some nut 3s over there and then, she's actually, I mean, I'm not going to say fun to use, but I've always liked making weird teams where you just make wacky stuff. Like probably in the future, or not in the future, I'm working on making a video where I make a speed team where I'm going to have Galleon in it, but outside of the Galleon, it's going to be all Nat 3s and maybe a Nat 2, and the Nat 2 obviously is going to be Tark, so that's why I'm thinking maybe not Nat 2s, but I'm trying to make an all Nat 3 Giants B10 speed team just for fun, really. You guys could probably guess that Ardell is going to be in it, and Prilea is probably going to be in it, along with Galleon, or maybe if I can think of a way to use Bella instead of Galleon, I'll actually do that. So look out for that if you guys want to, and I'm going to stop dragging the video on now because I've said all I want to say and it's time to go now. So with that being said, guys, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.